Newly released footage shows the incident that led to the arrest of Dallas native and Olympian.
But the fact that your guys are doing this to me, and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply. I am. I'm not gonna argue with you at all. But you have me on camera, but at the same time, what he has on camera, when I have my phone, shows something different. So if I need to show that,
So Sha'Carri Richardson didn't just get suspended. She got straight up wiped off the team in one cold email. No warning, no compassion, no second chance. Just, you're done. And the reason? A raw, uncut airport video that supposedly shows what went down with her boyfriend Christian, and why the league claims this was her last strike. Now everybody's asking.
I feel like it was just a sucky situation all around. Like, I don't feel as if like she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, people have, especially emotions and stuff like that. She have like things that she need to work on for herself, of course. So do I, so do you, so do like everybody. And I'm the type of guy, like, I'm in the business of just like extending grace and mercy and love. And I feel as if like I don't try to look at obstacles either. Like, I just look at like situations like this to just like, you know, take a step back, analyze yourself mentally, and then just try to see what you can do to be your best self so that you can move forward, so you can just be the type of person and the human that God needs you to be for His kingdom and for His glory. So that's kind of how I look at the situation. And like,
who's telling the truth, Sha'Carri or Christian? The drama kicked off when she got arrested for allegedly putting hands on him at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport while they were rushing to catch a flight. Maybe she thought the buzz would fade and the media heat would cool off, but nah. She got blindsided by the ultimate blow, getting booted from Team USA. And this wasn't some minor suspension. This was the end of the road. Sha'Carri found out through her own agent, who just forwarded the email from USATF. It flat out said she was being...
Yes, I do. My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. I do have my ID. Yeah, but I will definitely leave him alone. There's nothing that I want to do with him anymore. Like I said, it was a relationship thing. I need to get my stuff out of his bag.
Are you guys on the same flight? Or?
We are later on in the day, because our flight ended up getting delayed. We supposed to be leaving around this time of day, but the flight got canceled, so the flight doesn't leave until 10 p.m.-ish.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you don't mind, can I step over here? I'll show you my ID.
That's fine.
Awesome, thank you.
Placed on indefinite leave. In track world terms, that's basically a pink slip. Athletes don't bounce back from that. Not to the same spotlight, not to the same glory. What crushed her wasn't just the decision. It was the cold, robotic tone of it. No, we're sorry. No, get better soon. Just, you're hereby placed on leave effective immediately. For her, that was the gut punch that made it clear. They weren't just pausing her career, they were done with her. But here's the kicker. That airport fiasco wasn't her first brush with chaos. Sha'Carri has a history, and looking back, this feels like the final puzzle piece in a bigger pattern. Remember Tokyo 2020? She tested positive.
Yes, I do. My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. I do have my ID. Yeah, but I will definitely leave him alone. There's nothing that I want to do with him anymore. Like I said, it was a relationship thing. I need to get my stuff out of his bag.
Are you guys on the same flight? Or?
We are later on in the day, because our flight ended up getting delayed. We supposed to be leaving around this time of day, but the flight got canceled, so the flight doesn't leave until 10 p.m.-ish.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you don't mind, can I step over here? I'll show you my ID. Awesome, thank you. Hi, Chrissy. Yeah, you hear me, right? So this is the position that Christian told me to put me into, okay? Because he's a coward, and I don't want anything to do with him at this point going forward. My name is Sha'Carri Richardson. Have no problem with letting you know who I am. Haven't put my hands on him. We had an argument. I will be honest about that. An argument, and that's pretty much it. The argument, pretty much, he's a liar. He lied about a couple days personally. You know, just in a relationship. I pretty much also just can't understand what a relationship is about. But he lied. He's a liar. And that was something that I kind of just grasped, and emotionally, I'm just like, bet you do your thing, but you're asking me for things that is within my possession, and for my right. I don't have to give it to you because it's in my position. But when it comes to the point that I saw that he chose to make it more about the police and things of that nature, that showed that he made a choice. So I just want to be more professional and just come professionally and let you guys know, like, hey, relationship thing, have no problem,
So
and walking up to you guys.
It's
So
not
I'm
illegal
not
to
hiding.
argue.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any type of physical assault?
No, I didn't touch him. He didn't touch me. I will be honest.
Hit him with anything?
No, I haven't hit him with
Headphones,
anything.
something like-
THC metabolites, the telltale sign of cannabis, and boom, she was yanked from the Olympics. First came the email from USADA demanding she enter counseling. Then came the 1-month suspension. And just like that, her shot at the 100 meters was gone. And to make it worse, she was kicked off the women's 4x100 relay too. Fans went wild back then, saying the punishment was harsh. After all, cannabis is legal in most places. But the organization defended the move, saying it wasn't just about weed, it was about Sha'Carri herself. Word had already been circulating about her attitude during training, her run-ins with authority, and teammates complaining behind the scenes. And if you've noticed, not one of her teammates has come to her defense this time either. That silence says it all. Maybe they'd seen enough long before the public did. Sha'Carri's arrest was just the opening scene in what turned into a straight-up bizarre saga. Fans immediately felt like something wasn't adding up. And the first red flag popped up when her own boyfriend, Christian Coleman, came out a few days later defending her. Think about that. The very same boyfriend she was accused of putting hands on in public was suddenly vouching for her, saying she never should have been arrested. For those who missed it, the arrest went down because police claimed she got physical with Christian at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. So when he popped up on camera, saying it wasn't her fault and it was just a bad situation, people didn't know what to think. But the clip raised even more eyebrows because of Christian himself. He looked uncomfortable, twitchy, barely holding eye contact, like he was rehearsing something instead of speaking freely. The internet pounced on it instantly. Twitter was lit up with comments calling it textbook behavior of someone trying to cover for an abuser. One viral post spelled it out. This is a DV victim defending and justifying his abuser's actions. DV is never okay. That statement echoed across thousands of retweets, and suddenly people weren't just questioning Sha'Carri, they were questioning Christian's safety too. But here's the twist. Plenty of fans were still riding for Sha'Carri at the time, blaming Christian and even accusing him of trying to sabotage her career. That support, though, crumbled the second the next batch of receipts dropped. Because once new footage surfaced, the narrative flipped completely. Let's rewind for a second. Sha'Carri wasn't exactly honest from the jump. At first, she brushed the whole thing off, acting like it was just a heated couple's spat that spiraled out of control. But that was only when the public had seen a short clip of her arrest. When the police finally released the full 15-minute video, the story shifted fast. In that tape, you can literally see her switch personalities in real time. At first, she's calm, smiling at officers, playing it cool. But the second she realizes she's about to be cuffed, boom, her whole demeanor flips. She starts barking at Christian, calling him a coward, ordering him to tell police she didn't do anything, and insisting she hadn't broken any laws. Then she went even further, flipping the script and claiming he hit her first. She demanded the cops arrest him instead, just because he's the man. Meanwhile, the footage clearly showed she was the one putting her hands on him. And just when people thought the drama couldn't get wilder, TMZ dropped the bombshell. They got their hands on the actual CCTV footage from inside the airport, and that clip left no room for debate. The video showed Sha'Carri pushing Christian, shoving into his space, and going off on him while he tried to keep his cool. Suddenly, her panicked reaction during the arrest, the denial, the victim playing, it all clicked into place. The receipts were damning, and for a lot of people, it sealed her fate. That leaked footage didn't just catch Sha'Carri in a lie, it exposed her entire playbook. If those cameras hadn't been rolling, she might have actually gotten away with flipping the script and framing Christian as the aggressor. She wasted no time trying to throw him under the bus the moment cuffs came out. self-reflection and seeking forgiveness, especially from Christian. But her delivery, it was off. Way off. She sat there smiling like she was doing a casual IG story time, instead of addressing something as heavy as TV accusations. Viewers didn't miss a beat, calling her out for looking rehearsed, detached, and way too casual. The internet consensus was brutal. She wasn't speaking from the heart. She was reading a PR script someone else wrote. And then came the Instagram story that turned the fire into an inferno. She posted a personal note aimed directly at Christian, saying, "I apologize to Christian. He came into my life and gave me more than a relationship, but a greater understanding of unconditional love. Due to my past trauma and pain, I was blind and blocked off to not only receive it, but give it. I love him, and to him, I can't apologize enough. My apologies should be just as loud as my actions, honestly louder. To Christian, I love you and I'm so sorry." But just like the video, fans weren't buying it. They dragged her for sounding too polished, too scripted, and not at all genuine. To many, it looked like damage control, not remorse. One viral comment summed it up perfectly. She already had an attitude problem. Now she's out here assaulting a man in public. If roles were reversed, Christian would have lost everything. Time to pack her up. Another fan went as far as tagging her sponsors directly, demanding they cut ties with her. The fallout was brutal. Instead of repairing her image, that apology only confirmed what people already suspected. Sha'Carri wasn't sorry for what she did. She was sorry she got caught. Big brands like Nike don't play when it comes to protecting their image. The moment an athlete stops looking squeaky clean and marketable, those contracts start shaking. And Sha'Carri? She might have finally crossed that invisible line. No official announcement has dropped yet, but insiders say her phone hasn't stopped buzzing with nervous brand